had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
180. 41. Hey, defense, let's go.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. Third down here.
Blue 30. 41's the mic. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Hat.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
First down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Jackson now. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Tried to go draw a play out of the gun down here.
Yeah, they tried to spread things out, didn't they? They wanted to move people away from the center of the field, away from the line of scrimmage near the ball, so that the runner could find some space. Unsuccessfully, though.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Jackson. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tariq Cohen with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start.
Dion Lewis. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Dion Lewis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Hauschka with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Mike, 55.
On 2nd and 1, Jackson. And he finds Penny. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Cohen. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 39, Jackson. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
On first down, it's Cohen. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tariq Cohen on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Your trip is here, baby.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Flushed out right.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Big stop.
Throwing is Jackson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Geno Atkins forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cohen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15, and he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he's brought down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 19-yard line.
Set. White 80. Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Yeah. You don't want none.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
He sets to fire deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
Buddy up. It's a Mike. Going 58's the Mike. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because I nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out, they'll try to increase.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DK Metcalf with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans cut into that lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now. Mike, Pittsburgh. Right there, 56. Pick me up. Here we go.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Come on, baby.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Michael Bennett, the native of tiny Independence, Louisiana.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Hilton. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. After the sack on first down, Roethlisberger. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Show that bench release and go.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And he's got it. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nyheim Hines, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans have cut it to within a score.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Yeah, Mike, tell me the ending. Here's Mike. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Kill, kill, kill.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now it's Jackson. That's caught by Penny. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
12 yards on the play, but it's 3rd.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Jackson from the shotgun. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
All right, now. Flag 20. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Flag is on.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Double, double. Lucky.
Now it's Roethlisberger. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger out to his left. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
That's the one you make it spear.
Tariq Cohen, 31 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Texans 21,
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will have a touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Hauschka with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Right there. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah.
On the give, this is Cohen.
Go, 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 run, run, run!
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Let's get off the field, G. Let's get off the field.
They'll run on 1st down. Cohen, about 3 yards there to the 27. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the pass. You got tight right there. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's a 6-yard touchdown run, and the Jaguars add on to their lead. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, what's up? 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL-caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort.
Let's go! Let's go! Like 80! Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10.
Get him, boy!
It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Roethlisberger. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen, nobody ahead of him. He's at the 40, 20. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come
And
get
that
some.
is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Jackson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. A desperation. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Jags, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop to 0-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.